In the global entertainment world, where every camera flash can spark a media storm, Lisa, BLACKPINK, the Thai princess of K-pop, is constantly under the spotlight. Recently, during BLACKPINK's grand concert series in her home country, Thailand, Lisa made headlines after being photographed with her parents backstage. What seemed like a heartwarming reunion soon turned into a heated online controversy. In the photo, many netizens claimed that Lisa's Swiss stepfather, Marco Buschweiler, appeared to touch her lower back, which they considered inappropriate. Some accused him of crossing boundaries, while others defended the gesture as an innocent, familial act, typical of Western cultures. This seemingly trivial moment quickly evolved into a global debate over family affection, cultural interpretation, and the moral expectations placed upon celebrities. To truly understand this situation, we must revisit Lisa's cultural and familial roots. Born in Buriram, Thailand, Lisa grew up in a society that values modesty and restraint in public displays of affection. After her parents' divorce, her mother, Manoble, remarried Marco Buschweiler, a renowned Swiss chef. From then on, Lisa was raised in a household blending Eastern respect with Western openness. Both her mother and stepfather were devoted supporters of her artistic dreams, accompanying her to dance classes, cheering her on at every milestone, and visiting her frequently in South Korea. For Lisa, Marco wasn't just a stepfather, he was a source of warmth, guidance, and emotional stability in the unpredictable world of fame. Past photos have often shown Lisa hugging or kissing her stepfather affectionately, gestures that are normal in Western families. However, in the eyes of more conservative Asian audiences, such expressions can easily be misinterpreted as inappropriate. The issue here is not merely about physical contact, it's about how we perceive cultural differences. Social media has become a digital courtroom where everyone acts as judge and jury. A single frame can be dissected endlessly, and a harmless gesture can be weaponized into a moral controversy. Lisa's case illustrates how celebrities often lose the right to be ordinary humans. Their lives are public property, and every movement is filtered through the lens of morality, culture, and commercial image. This incident highlights the gap between reality and perception. What may be a sincere expression of familial affection can easily be reframed as inappropriate when exposed to the global spotlight. Lisa isn't just a performer, she's a cultural ambassador bridging Asia and the West. She's Thai by birth, a K-pop idol in South Korea, and a global fashion muse in Europe and the US. This unique position forces her to constantly balance conflicting cultural values. In Thailand, modesty is virtue. In Korea, idols must maintain an untarnished image. In the West, openness and freedom are celebrated. Lisa stands at the intersection of these worlds, and thus, even a seemingly trivial family gesture can snowball into a media storm, not because it's wrong, but because it defies the expectations of different audiences. Amid the noise, attention turns to Lisa's mother, Manoble, a figure of quiet strength. She was the one who inspired Lisa to pursue music and dance, and managed her finances during her early career, ensuring the young artist could focus fully on her craft. Only when Lisa matured did her mother hand over full control of her assets, symbolizing complete trust. More than a parent, is Lisa's moral compass, teaching her independence and integrity in a world obsessed with appearances. It's that foundation that allows Lisa to remain graceful and composed even amid public storms. This viral photo may fade over time, but it leaves behind a crucial question. Do public figures still have the right to live as private individuals? When fame turns personal moments into commodities, celebrities are forced to perform even in their most intimate spaces. For Lisa, every smile or touch is scrutinized, exaggerated, and debated, an inescapable price of global fame. This controversy is not about scandal, but rather a reminder of the fragile boundary between privacy and publicity, between genuine emotion and societal expectation. At 28, Lisa is no longer just BLACKPINK's Make Me. She is a confident, independent woman of global influence. She knows that to survive in an industry built on judgment, one must have inner resilience, a quality her family, especially her mother and stepfather, have instilled in her since childhood. That controversial photo may have stirred debate, but for Lisa, it remains a simple moment of familial warmth. Perhaps, instead of dissecting it with suspicion, the world should learn to view it with empathy, because sometimes, what we see on the surface is merely a snapshot of a loving family, bound not by scandal, but by affection and trust. It was meant to be a touching family moment, a proud reunion between Lisa, BLACKPINK, and her parents backstage at her concert in Thailand. But within hours, the photo that captured their embrace became one of the most talked about images on social media, igniting a wave of controversy that revealed much more than meets the eye. The viral picture shows Lisa standing affectionately beside her mother and stepfather, Marco Buschweiler, a renowned Swiss chef. Yet what caught netizens' attention wasn't the warmth of the scene, but the position of Marco's hand, which some claimed was too intimate. Critics accused him of crossing boundaries, while others insisted it was nothing more than a harmless gesture of affection misinterpreted through the internet's harsh microscope. What should have been a simple moment of family love turned into a global debate about culture, celebrity, and perception. A daughter between two worlds. Lisa's story has always been one of duality. Born in Baram, Thailand, she grew up surrounded by the traditional Thai values of modesty and respect. But after her parents' divorce, her mother, Chithip Manoble, remarried Marco, bringing Western influence into Lisa's upbringing. Marco and Chithip dedicated their lives to supporting Lisa's dreams. They enrolled her in dance classes, encouraged her artistic pursuits, and stood behind her as she navigated the competitive K-pop world. For Lisa, Marco is more than a stepfather, he's a mentor, a protector, and part of the reason she remains grounded amid global fame. Those close to the family describe their bond as warm and genuine. In past photos, Lisa is often seen hugging or kissing her stepfather, gestures that, while common in Western families, can appear unusual in conservative Asian cultures. The controversy over this latest photo thus reveals a deeper issue, the clash of cultural norms in a globalized world. The cultural divide behind the image. At the heart of this debate lies a question of perspective. In Western culture, physical affection between family members, even between step-relatives, is considered normal. But in much of Asia, where emotional restraint is a sign of respect, such gestures may be deemed inappropriate, especially when performed by public figures. Lisa, as a Thai-born global icon in the Korean entertainment industry, constantly walks a tightrope between these two worlds. Every smile, touch, and pose can be interpreted through conflicting lenses. Her fame multiplies that tension. What might be a private family moment for others becomes a public spectacle under global scrutiny. This is the paradox of celebrity culture in the age of the internet. Fans adore stars like Lisa not just for their talent, but for their perceived perfection. Yet when their human sides show, a tear, a hug, a hand on the shoulder, those same fans sometimes recoil.